Hello, everyone. This is your friend Tom Moore coming at you from the Spyderco Millie Club, the coolest place for knives on the internet. And today we're going to do a little sharpening video. And we're not just going to sharpen anything. We're going to sharpen some Rex 121 on this Spyderco Sage 5 lightweight. Rex 121 has the longest edge retention of any steel on any production knife, I guess. There's not really, or non-production knife for that matter. This stuff cuts forever. So we're going to sharpen it and see if it sharpens up nicely. I've had one that I've done that was kind of a pain in the ass. I mirrored one earlier today that turned out really well. So I'm interested to see how this does with, we're going to use different stones than I used on my other one. We're going to use TSProf stones instead of Hapstone stones. So let's get this mounted up. Little piece of chamois cloth to help center the blade and keep it from moving around in these metal jaws. Gonna have to feed it in there like that. I like using this style clamp now. These are the whole mill clamps using the L adapter. So it puts them in the middle instead of wide. These little pieces right here. And I like it a lot. It's better than the center clamp. Okay, we're going to take TSProf Diamond Alpha Resin Bonded Stone. Mounted up here is the 120 grit. And we're going to line this flat grind line up right here. So it's parallel with the stone right here. So I'm going to rotate it a little bit. It's right there. And that's how you get nice looking heels and cut to the very, very end as you line it up like that. That way you can sharpen the whole edge. I'm going to tighten it down. I really like, this is the main reason I like this clamp better than the center clamp, is these are, what is this, 4mm? Should say somewhere on this driver, I assume. Yeah, this is a 4mm screw. The normal center clamp's a 2mm screw, and they strip really easy. These ones you can crank down and keep it real secured. Okay, first thing we're going to do is put some Sharpie on the edge. And then, since it's a Spyderco, we're going to start sharpening at 17 degrees. And then adjust from there. So drop this way down. Okay, so 17 degrees. And we're going to do a swipe and just kind of see what it looks like on the Sharpie. So it's getting rid of all the Sharpie towards the tip. It's hitting the leading edge at the belly. Kind of see there the tip is cleaned off really well, and then it kind of hits the leading edge. I'd rather hit the leading edge than the top of the bevel. And we're at 17 degrees, and it's saying 17 degrees is a little high. I don't want to go lower than 17, so we'll probably leave it right there. Let's see this other side. It looks basically the same on this side. It's clearing off Sharpie towards the top of the bevel, and then right here it's on the leading edge. So we're going to leave it at 17 degrees. There's not going to be a good place to remove all the Sharpie, and I don't want to drop it lower than this. So, okay. Get your roll lined up. And let's do some sharpening. So I'm using, again, TSProf diamond stones, but these aren't the diamond stones that come with TSProf kits. Those are just simple, cheap diamond plates. These ones are resin bonded diamonds. They're pretty expensive. These are called the alphas. I have a bit of work to do evening out this bevel, looks like. This is kind of surprising for a Taichung edge, it to be this uneven. So we got quite a bit of work to do. So we're using a 120 grit stone. And we got some reprofiling to do for sure throughout a good chunk of this edge. The person who sent this in was not happy with the factory sharpness level, and I tested it, and at first I was like, oh man, this is, if he's not happy with the factory sharpness, I hope I can do better. But then I found there was a spot in the edge that was pretty dull actually, which is kind of surprising. That's redstone, right? Man, this is taking a minute. So we're just trying to make the bevel even throughout the whole edge. Tip looks good. I'm not going to fuck around with the tip. That's my tip about tips, is if they look good, leave them alone, or don't try to like reprofile them or do anything crazy. Just, it's fine. Just, they're pointy. Don't try to make it pointier because you'll make it duller. So now we're doing the heel. Taichung heels are kind of harder to do sometimes. I don't like them when they smile and they go back up. So you have to be kind of careful on them, a little more so than USA edges. But we got a little more work to do towards the heel. Right in front of the heel. So I'm trying to kind of avoid grinding up tight against the heel. Trying to get like 1/8 of an inch away from it because the heel's looking good already, so I don't want to make it too wide. There we go. Now it's looking nice. Okay, let's flip. I can see there's a burr because we were at leading edge all through here. A little bit. I can't tell if the tip has it, but sure it does. So we've apexed that side. So now we just have some more evening out to do. I can see the burr on this side. This side is going to be pretty much the same thing. Looks like it's got some reprofiling to do throughout the edge, but the tip is looking pretty good already. So I'm not going to mess around with it too much. But the belly needs to get taken up a little bit from this lower angle. I don't want to put like too shallow of an angle on these with this kind of steel. Sure can take it, but this is a brittle steel. Now this side, the bevel looks pretty small for some reason towards the heel. I don't know why. So we're going to put Sharpie on it again. Taking all the Sharpie off nicely. Just trying Trying to grind away here a little bit, make the bevel look a little bit wider. Kind of make it look even. Oop. Set my back stop collar. If you don't, pop off like that. And when you go to put the stone back forward, you'll chip it. One thing that getting used to in the KO3 is the stop collars in the KO3 have springs on them. So you kind of tend to use the whole range of motion and it kind of just bounce off the springs. My Cadet has hard stop collars and you get used to just being a little more controlled. This one you kind of bounce off the ends. Okay, we're looking pretty good on this side. Give it one more pass. And then we'll flip. Check the burr. We get a burr. Do one more pass per side at the 120. And feel it. Feel the burr. We're apex both sides. Hi, Kinsley.
Come on, Kinsley. She holds herself with a short pen. Hey, you guys.
Sorry, my kids came in here, so I had to attend to them for a moment. So this cleanup pass, try to get everything looking nice and even on it. Okay, we're checking out our heel. Our heel looks good. Edge looks pretty even. Let's do a couple more passes on it real quick. So this steel is, we'll have to see when I pull it off to see how sharp it is, if I like it or not. But it's not that difficult to sharpen. These are good stones and they'll cut hard steel. I mean, steel can be harder than other steels, but diamonds are harder than any steel. So they'll cut it. Ceramic stones will not work on this. You need diamonds or CBN. For sure, but they'll eat it up. It's no big deal. This edge is looking really nice. Okay, that looks good. We're going to switch to the 180 grit TSProf Alpha. And this one we're just going to do a quick pass with it. It's not a huge jump in the stones from 180 to 120 to 180, but it's a necessary step, I believe. That's why it's set up that way. But we don't need to spend a ton of time on the stone. We're just trying to kind of clean it up. So it'll be interesting to see if these stones give me different results than my half stone CVNs did. With the mirror, this did fine, but the first one I did of these, I did it with half stone premium CBNs, and I had to take it to a higher grit than I normally do to get it to be sharp. So that's all we're going to do with 180. Now we're going to go to 360, which is hopefully our final stone, but it's possible we have to go up one more stone. We'll see. See how sharp it is after this stone. I watched Cedric and Ada, Pete with Cedric and Ada on YouTube, cut with this after he put an edge on it in his KME, I believe, to a light mirror 1500 grit edge, and it cut forever. I think it set the record for the most cuts of any steel he's ever done. Okay. So once this gets sharp, it should stay sharp forever-ish. So we're gonna do another pass on each side just to make sure the burr's all gone. Last time I did this and tested it at 400 grit, it wasn't sharp. I had to take it to 800 grit. So we'll see what this is like on this 360 grit TSProf stone. Okay, let's take it off. Let's check it pre-stropping. It's not. It's sharp. It's sharp. It's not the sharpest thing, but let's drop it and see if it makes a difference. Okay. Got a 6 micron gunny juice strop. Find the angle. Find the angle by pushing into the leather while you lift the edge. 17 degrees, so I'm pretty familiar with it. That was okay sharp, but this guy is looking for really sharp. So let's see what we got to do. Let's see if this helps. Okay, now let's try cutting again. It's sharp now. I need to drop. There we go. So stropping made a difference on this steel. Let's try cutting again. Pull it through the whole edge, make sure the whole edge feels the same. Just for the sake of fun, let's take this to 1000 grit. Let's take it one more edge up. I think I might be able to make it sharper than this. We're going to take it to a higher grit, just a little bit, just a touch. One more stone up. So we'll reset this in the clamp at 17 degrees. It's sharp, but I don't think the owner of this knife would be like blown away sharp since he sent it in with a okay-ish edge. So we're putting on 1000 grit stone. It's the next one off from the 360. Lining it up. And I really do like the angle cube built into this arm because this hasn't really moved or anything, but I can just go confirm this is still 17 degrees, which it is. And we can just go to town. And this actually stone is new. This is the first time I've used this stone. I haven't gone up that high in the set yet. I've only used up to the 360. So this is interesting feedback from the stone from being brand new. Kind of feels a little sluggish. Okay, let's give it a couple quick swipes. And considering the one I mirrored this morning was sharper than this, so I'm thinking this steel just likes to be at a higher grit, which is funny because a lot of steels like to be at lower grits. Like Maximet, I don't find is very good mirrored, but maybe this steel is different. Okay. Give it a quick pass at the 1000 grit. Now Let's check it on paper again. Yeah, I think I like that better. So this steel performs better, more polished, I find, than less polished. So there you go. That is Sharpening Rex 121. Now we get this ready to go back to the customer. We got a piece of magic eraser. We're going to get off the rest of that Sharpie I messed up and drew all over the blade with. Wipe away from the edge. Be careful when you do this because it's really easy to cut yourself. Okay, and then we're going to wipe it down with the chamois cloth just to get all the dust off, the excess oil. There we go. If you've never handled the Sage, do yourself a favor and try one out. They're probably the best EDC knife you can buy of any brand. I usually carry a pair of 3, but Sage 5 is a better knife than a pair of 3, to be totally honest. Anyway, again, this is your friend Tom Moore. Like, subscribe, follow, all that jazz on YouTube. Check me out over on Instagram at Thomas O. Moore. And of course, get your ass into the Millie Club on Facebook, the best Facebook group there is. It's amazing. Trust me. Come join us. It's a party. Anyway, thanks for joining me. My name is Tom, and I will see you next time.